In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on December 26, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Oklahoma City Thunder versus Indiana Pacers. After taking a well-deserved day off to celebrate Christmas, the Oklahoma City Thunder are set to visit the Indiana Pacers on Friday. The Thunder recently secured a dominant 123-105 victory over the Washington Wizards on Monday night, marking their 3rd straight win and their 8th in the last 9 games. With a commanding 6.5-game lead in the Northwest Division, Oklahoma City has solidified itself as a top contender. Similarly, the Pacers enjoyed Christmas Day off and followed it up with an impressive 111-105 win against the Golden State Warriors on Monday. This triumph extended their winning streak to 5 games, though they remain 11 games behind the first-place team in the Central Division. The Thunder will continue to cope without key players Chet Holmgren and Alex Caruso. On the other side, the Pacers will be missing Aaron Nesmith once again, and Miles Turner's availability remains uncertain as he is listed as questionable. Oklahoma City seems to have rebounded strongly from their disappointing 81-point performance in the NBA Cup Final, winning all 3 games since their loss to Milwaukee. Despite their stellar 11-3 record in road games, the Thunder face a tough challenge in Indiana, where they have struggled historically. Oklahoma City has won only 2 of the last 10 meetings against the Pacers and is 1-5 in the last 6 matchups played in Indiana. Their most recent road victory against the Pacers came during the 2021-2022 season. Complicating matters, Alex Caruso's absence due to a hip injury could hinder their defense, though they remain 5.5-point favorites heading into this matchup. Meanwhile, the Pacers are riding high on a 5-game winning streak, bringing their season record to an even 15-15. Fresh off a grueling 3-game West Coast road trip, Indiana has shown resilience, defeating Phoenix, Sacramento, and Golden State by an average margin of 14 points per game. A key factor in their success has been their exceptional ball movement, with the team assisting on over 72% of their field goals during this streak, second in the league behind the San Antonio Spurs. Tyrese Halliburton has been instrumental in their success, dishing out 10 or more assists in 4 of his last 5 games. How the Thunder handle Halliburton will be critical in this game, and Caruso's absence makes that task significantly harder. Halliburton has been a thorn in Oklahoma City's side, averaging 12.2 assists per game across their last 5 encounters. With the Pacers returning home after their impressive road trip, they are in high spirits and could capitalize on their momentum. While the Thunder are justifiably favored given their strong season performance, it would be unwise to overlook the Pacers' recent surge. Oklahoma City has been one of the league's best teams against the spread, boasting an 18-8-3 against the spread record this season. However, Indiana has not only won 5 consecutive games, but also covered the spread in each of those matchups. Historically, the Pacers have had the upper hand, winning 8 of their last 10 games against Oklahoma City. When Indiana's offense is firing on all cylinders, they are a formidable opponent capable of beating any team. Given these factors, the Indiana Pacers to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The total points for this game are also worth considering. Oklahoma City has seen the total finish under in 5 of their last 6 games. Thanks largely to their elite defensive play, they rank first in the NBA in points allowed and opponent field goal percentage. Similarly, the total has gone under in 4 of Indiana's last 5 games and in 10 of their last 15 meetings with Oklahoma City. With these trends in mind, under the projected total is our full game total picked. Charlotte Hornets versus Washington Wizards. The Charlotte Hornets, currently holding a 7-22 record, will aim to put an end to their 3-game road losing streak when they face the Washington Wizards, who stand at 4-23 on Thursday night. This matchup is set to take place at Capital One Arena, providing the Wizards with the advantage of playing on their home court. Charlotte enters this game fresh off a disappointing loss to the Houston Rockets, where they failed to meet expectations as underdogs. Meanwhile, Washington is also reeling from a loss in their most recent outing, which came against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Historically, the Wizards have held a slight edge over the Hornets, winning 6 of their last 10 encounters. Thursday's game pits two struggling teams against each other in what can best be described as a battle of the bottom dwellers. The Hornets, despite having a relatively healthy roster, have found little to celebrate this season. On the other hand, the Wizards have faced significant adversity with injuries plaguing their lineup since the season began. Key players such as Marvin Bagley, Alexander Sarr, and Bill Coulibaly have frequently appeared on the injury report, further complicating their season. Notably, Washington returns home for this matchup, marking their first game at Capital One Arena since their previous meeting with the Hornets, a game they won 123-114 as 4-point underdogs. While injury updates, particularly regarding Sarr, will be important to watch, they might not be enough to significantly tilt the odds in favor of the Hornets, who have struggled mightily on the road. Looking at recent performance trends, the Hornets have posted a lackluster 15-14 record against the spread this season but have faltered significantly in their last 9 games, going just 2-7. The Wizards, although holding an unimpressive 9-17-1 record against the spread overall, have shown some signs of improvement, covering the spread in 4 of their last 7 contests. This includes their aforementioned win over Charlotte, where they not only covered but exceeded expectations. As it stands, the Wizards are arguably the league's weakest team, with their defensive efforts leaving much to be desired. However, the Hornets are not far removed from Washington's level of mediocrity, especially when playing on the road. Charlotte's dismal 2-11 straight-up record away from home underscores their struggles, while 3 of the Wizards' 4 wins this season have come at Capital One Arena. Given the Hornets' poor track record, including their failure to cover the spread in 7 of their last 10 games, it is challenging to support them as road favorites. With both teams demonstrating a lack of reliability, the Washington Wizards to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. In their last meeting, the Hornets and Wizards exceeded the projected total by just over 10 points, prompting oddsmakers to slightly raise the total line by 1.5 points for this game. Despite that high-scoring affair, these two teams have generally struggled to produce offensive fireworks this season. The Hornets haven't reached 120 points in regulation play since October, and the Wizards have managed to hit the 120-point mark in only 4 of their 5 wins, an anomaly given their overall scoring inefficiency. Their previous matchup appears to have been an outlier rather than a trend, and there is little reason to expect a repeat performance. Therefore, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Miami Heat versus Orlando Magic. The top 2 teams in the Southeast Division are set to face off in an intense basketball matchup, each looking to secure a crucial victory as they meet in the Sunshine State. The Miami Heat will take an in-state trip to square off against the Orlando Magic on Thursday night. Miami enters this game following a 110-95 home win against the Brooklyn Nets on Monday, where they comfortably covered the spread as 9.5-point favorites. Meanwhile, the Orlando Magic surprised many by pulling off a 108-104 home victory against the Boston Celtics the same night, winning outright as 9.5-point underdogs. Historically, the Heat hold a 79-61 lead in the all-time regular season series between these teams. However, the Magic have won both matchups this season, including a 121-114 home victory in their most recent meeting on Saturday night. In terms of player availability, the Heat remain shorthanded with Jimmy Butler listed as doubtful and Terry Rozier as questionable for this game. On the other side, the Magic are also dealing with significant absences, including Paolo Banchero, Moritz Wagner, and Franz Wagner. This game will not showcase many of the star players typically associated with these teams, as injuries have sidelined key contributors. Nevertheless, the Heat will rely on Bam Adebayo, who is averaging 17 points and 10 rebounds per game, to lead the charge. Adebayo's presence on the floor provides Miami with a critical advantage. Tyler Herro, averaging an impressive 24 points per game, complements Adebayo to form a strong 1-2 punch for Miami. Conversely, Orlando faces challenges in generating offense with 3 of their top 4 scorers unavailable. This leaves Jalen Suggs, who averages 16 points per game, as the team's primary offensive threat. While the Magic have exceeded expectations so far this season, they appear to be on the brink of regression, particularly with their depleted roster. The lack of veteran leadership compounds the difficulty of overcoming these absences, especially for a young and developing team like Orlando. Although Miami is likely to play without Butler, they still have a deeper rotation, led by Adebayo and Herro, along with capable reserves who can step up when needed. Despite the Magic winning both encounters earlier this season and boasting a strong 12-2 record at home, the Heat remain the more complete team in this matchup. Miami is motivated to avenge their recent 22-point fourth-quarter collapse against Orlando and should capitalize on the Magic's weakened lineup. While Orlando has impressed with recent victories, including a notable win over Boston, their injury situation limits their ability to sustain success. Miami's depth and experience give them the edge in what is expected to be a tightly contested game. Ultimately, the Miami Heat to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Miami has seen the total go over in 15 of their 27 games this season. They rank fourth in the NBA in terms of limiting turnovers, averaging just 13.3 per game. However, they play at a slower pace, ranking 27th in tempo with an average of 97.1 possessions per game. On the other hand, Orlando has stayed under the total in 17 of their 31 games so far. The Magic average 15.3 turnovers per game, placing them 20th in the league, and they play at an equally deliberate pace, ranking 25th with 97.4 possessions per game. Orlando's success despite their injury woes is largely due to their elite defense. The Magic are third in the NBA in defensive efficiency, allowing just 104 points per 100 possessions. Miami's defense is also solid, ranking 11th in the same category with 109 points allowed per 100 possessions. Both teams play at a methodical pace, with Orlando averaging 99.9 possessions per game and Miami at 99.4 possessions. Given the Magic's injury-depleted roster, their slow pace, and Miami's strong defensive presence, this game is likely to be a low-scoring affair. Fans should anticipate a tightly contested, slower-paced divisional battle where both defenses shine. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.